This stack of rares and mythics came out of this set booster box of Wilds of Eldraine, including 8 cards from the list. We're going to cut through the chaff and look at the good stuff. And we're off to the races. Starting off with a Cruel Somnophage. That should be pretty good for some milling stuff there. And alternate art of Cruel Somnophage. Gumdrop Poisoner. Always like to see additional payoffs for gaining life. Spectre of Mortality. I question its specterness as it's not causing the opponent to discard any cards or mill, but we'll take it anyway. Next, we have Talion's Messenger. You're going to want at least 4 copies of this, I think, for any fairy deck. This one's going to be highly sought after. Sleep Cursed Fairy. I've been looking at this card for a while. I'm not really sure what to do with it. If you can figure out what to do with it, let me know. Spellbook Vendor. We got creatures that are creating these new role auras when they come into play. So that's really interesting. Bramble Familiar. I think everyone's going to want these for their commander decks. It seems really good. It's good in early game, good in late game. It's awesome. Thunderous Debut. You want to talk about finishers? This is a finisher right here. This is going to be brushing up against tooth and nail for that slot in your green decks. Hilda's Crown of Winter. Tapping target creatures is a thing in this set, so if that's what you're looking to do, look no further. Horned Lock Whale. Lady of Laughter. Some nice potential card draw there, especially for fairy decks. The Huntsman's Redemption. I really like it when sagas create creature tokens, so this one's good in my book. Spiteful Hexmage. Now for this one, you have to create a cursed role token attached to a target creature you control. So that's the drawback for getting a 3/2 for 1. Ogre Chitterlord. This should be pretty good in the rat tribal decks. Heartflame Duelist. Dealing damage and then gaining life. I gotta say, I like that. Food Fight. The only problem that I have with this card is I really wish you could have had more in your deck, like how 7 Dwarves had like 7 copies you could put in the deck. Would have liked to have seen more than 4 go in a deck. The Apprentice's Folly. I don't really get this card. I mean, it seems fine, but then it's not fine. So, I don't know. Scalding Viper. I like this card. Going to see play in some Izzet decks, I'm sure. Sentinel of Lost Lore. I'm not sure that this will find a home in either an elf deck or a knight deck. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Farsight Ritual. Seems like some pretty decent card draw. Card draw at instant speed is usually pretty good, so I'll see if I can make this work. Mosswood Dread Knight. If you've got mana to burn, not mana burn, but if you've got mana to spend, I like this card a lot because you can just keep basically looping it over and over again. The End. Gotta say, a little disappointed in this card. I wish it did a little bit more. Pollen Shield Hair. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. If you've got creature token decks, I think this one's a no-brainer. Or a no-hair-brainer. Devouring Sugarmaw. I just love the art. I think this could see play in potentially standard. I think it's definitely a great limited card. Rankle's Prank. If you like the stuff that Rankle does, well, this does more of it. 3 Blind Mice. Again, I really love sagas that create creature tokens, and you can create copies of tokens. This one's solid. Restless Bivouac. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Could be good, but time will tell. Restless Cottage. I just love the artwork. I don't care what it does. Artwork is amazing. Restless Spire. Probably one of the best Restless cards. These are probably going to stick with limited and or standard, though. All right, a couple of foils. We have Extraordinary Journey. The thing I love about this card is you don't even have to pay the XX in order for it to be good. You could just pay 2 blue, and this is likely going to get you a bit of value. Lord Skitter, the Sewer King. If you're going Rat Tribal, you gotta go Lord Skitter. All right, moving on to the Mythics. First, we have Virtue of Loyalty. I love these cards. These virtues, I think, are going to see some significant play in the Commander format. Next, we have the Virtue of Courage and Virtue of Strength. Didn't get all of them in this box, but 3 out of 5 ain't bad. Again, this is going to see some play. Next, we have Talion, the Kindly Lord. This legendary creature is getting a lot of discussion right now, especially which number to choose. Just saw an episode of the Command Zone where they said that number 2 would probably be the best, either number 2 or 3. Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. The only Planeswalker in this set. If you haven't heard, they're now reducing the number of Planeswalkers in each set, likely only going to be 1, and this is the one. Next, we have Karmic Justice. This one's a classic. Will this come back, though? I don't know. There's so many cards that exile things now instead of destroy. I'm unsure this will get much play. Next, we have Fraying Sanity. Enchant players are always kind of dicey. You really need a way to like bring this back from the graveyard or something if that player loses the game. Goblin Bombardment. This art is freaking adorable. How can you not love that? Mana Flare. Oh, so cool. I haven't seen this one in foil yet. I'm hoping to see one in foil, but even without it, that just looks spiffy. Leyline of Lightning. The ley lines are back. Don't forget to be asking the other players at the table if they have any pregame actions, now that these are going to be more accessible. Sanguine Bond. Now, I really wish that we had a reprint of Exquisite Blood, because we keep getting reprints of Sanguine Bond, but not Exquisite Blood. Come on, Wizards. Prismatic Omen. This just makes me happy. Like, you know, I've heard of people who like carry cards around. You just look at them and it makes you happy. Doesn't this card just make you happy? Next, we have Aggravated Assault. I've been wanting one of these. There's some combos out there where you can basically abuse this card and get unlimited attack phases. And we also have the anime borderless version. You know, I've really been going back and forth. I like both of these a lot. I'm really unsure which one of these I like more. You let me know in the comments which one you like. And finally, we have a foil mythic of Repercussion. I just love the story that's being told here of the golem in the background, just totally confused as to what's going on. And I hope you didn't forget we have 8 cards from the list that came into this set booster, so let's check them out. All right, first we have Dwarven Miner. This is from Mirage. By the way, if you didn't know, the cards from the list have this little magic symbol in the bottom left corner. Next, we have Gleeful Sabotage. I believe that's from Shadowmoor. Always love the art from that set. Next, we have Prison Term. A pretty solid commander card, if I do say so myself. Maraleaf Pixie. Pretty decent mana tapper there, mana dork. Counterbalance. Now, there aren't that many great cards that came out of Cold Snap, but Counterbalance is definitely one of them. Ravnica at War. Exile all multicolored permanents. I don't think I've ever seen this played in Commander, but if you can make it work, would love to see it. Next, we have Wolf Caller's Howl. This is from one of the, I think it's the first Commander box product, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of a bit of a whiff, I think. I really would have preferred for this to happen at like my end step or something, because coming in during your upkeep, they don't have haste. Not a whole lot you can do with them. And finally, we have Minsk and Boo. Wow, we really ran the gamut of sets here. This is great. I didn't have a copy of this, and I'm super happy to have it. So there you go. Let me know in the comments, what do you think were some of the best pulls that came out of this box? And which cards are you excited for in Wilds of Eldraine?